Okay, one quick thing I want to say is I know it's a really long video, and you said 6 minutes, and it's like 13 minutes, but I just had so much I wanted to say about each one of these songs, and I didn't know what to cut out, so I just made the whole thing. So yeah. So for the project, I decided to go with just the songs, and I decided to record a video just because I prefer this to writing. Even just like the format of this project, I communicate something about me. Like I was never going to choose the test format because that just does not sound like fun, and I probably wouldn't do well on the test. It's hard for me to take tests like that. I enjoy writing, but an essay, a whole like essay sounds kind of tedious and kind of difficult. I don't have any real particular skills that I think I could base a project around, so that one was off the board. And then just so throughout my whole educational career, I've just been doing like song projects, especially in English class. When I was able to choose my own format for a project, I always do something involving choosing songs represents themes and motifs from books and stuff. All books from The Hobbit to Outliers, just always it's always would do that. And so now doing the themes and motifs of my life with songs, I felt like that was a project that I could do, and just like I thought I could do a good job on it. I feel like music, especially like yeah, I feel like works of music work especially great for this because a lot of my like defining traits of my life come from a song that I've listened to over and over again and just replay the crap out of. And just, I think that knowing the songs that people associate with themselves or aspects of themselves can communicate a lot about people that they can't put into words themselves, but like the music can. So when I was thinking about songs for this project, the first song I thought of it immediately and just very quickly, and I knew I was going to be using it, was Damn It by Blink-182. And this was my most listened to song of 2017 according to Spotify, and since then it's slowed down a little bit, but not really. I've still listened to it all the time. It still usually shows up on my year-end playlist, and I just listen to it so much and I love it so much. It has helped me through so many tough times, and I feel like it really says a lot about growing up and the stress of all growing up and all like just how much stuff changes. The lyrics really get to that. And like this used to be my go to song and have depressive episodes back in 2017, which is why I was listening to it all the time. And there was just one of the lines is a day late, a buck short. I'm writing the report on losing and failing. When I move, I'm flailing now. That always stuck with me. That was something I always would like sing out with it because there's a lot of moments through my adolescence and still where I just don't know what to do and it feels like I'm screwing up all over the place and like I'm flailing my body and I'm just trying to get something right, but I never can. Another one that usually hits me really hard is, and I'll smile and you'll wave, we'll pretend it's okay, the charade it won't last. This is like effectively my communication style as well. With like the outside world, I'll give you a smile, you'll wave, we'll act like everything is fine, then I'm alone. The charade like falls apart and it's have to deal with everything that's actually like on my mind, giving me all this stress. And also the outro of the song, where it just says, well, I guess this is growing up over and over again. It just encapsulates like the tension of growing up and just being like, well, I guess this is what it is. I gotta learn to deal with it, and just having that kind of thing repeated over and over again at the end of the song. I think that hits hard too. The next song I chose, Snowball and Hell by They Might Be Giants. And I chose this because I knew from the start I was going to choose the They Might Be Giants song because they're my favorite band. I got the shirt at the concert I went to. I love them so much. I mean, that fact alone says a lot about me. Like, they're such a weird band. They have such weird lyrics. Their music sounds weird. They're nonsensical. They're really not mainstream. They're just super different from everything else. And that's kind of why I like them a lot, which I think says a lot about me. And for this reason, I almost chose Dr. Worm, which is another song by them. Just because, like, that whole song is just, I think it's hilarious. It's just a song about a worm, and it makes no sense at all. It's become kind of like a meme between me and my friends, just about how weird the lyrics are and how much I actually like it. But the song I chose was Snowball in Hell, obviously, because I feel like this is more representative of why I like them so much. Like, this song is a classic trait. It sounds happy-ish, but the lyrics are really sad. That's like a They Might Be Giants special. And I mean, the title itself is a reference to the main character in the song. He said, I was a snowball in hell. He feels like he doesn't belong in his office job in his life. And I relate to that a lot. There's a lot of situations where I personally don't feel like I'm compatible with the world around me. I feel like I'm the snowball in hell. Another line I really like is, if it wasn't for disappointment, I wouldn't have any appointment, which I just think is really like beautiful and just like the way it uses little English language to like say disappointment and appointment. I think that just encapsulates the feeling of just like nothingness when you feel like everything in the world is turned against you and you have nothing to do and all you feel like you just want to lay around all day and you have no plans to do anything with friends and like the only appointment you have is your disappointment and you just like every day is just you strive to the next day. I feel like that's something, and that's something I've had to deal with far too much, and this is another song that makes me think about that. There's also a little bit in the song, like a little like skit type thing in the middle of it between like just these two office employees, and it just kind of represents like, why is a snowball on hell? It's just 9 to 5 boringness. Like it just doesn't sound fun, and it's a song I relate to a lot for the reasons of the disappointment, appointment, just feeling like a snowball in hell, and just the instrumentation. Also, I love it. There's accordions, there's timpanis, there's like all sorts of different cool instruments, and I'm the band geek, so I love all that kind of stuff. For my third song, I chose In the Airplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel. And for this entry, it could have been any song on the album In the Airplane Over the Sea, as it's pretty much whenever I listen to one song, I listen to the whole album. But I chose this song In the Airplane Over the Sea because it's the title track, so it's kind of most representative of the themes of the album, which I felt like would represent me mostly as well. And this song represents a different emotion than the first two songs I have, as this represents hope for the future instead of like kind of fear of the future. It represents a joy for the present. The song is a hopeful look at growing up and acknowledging that life will never remain as simple or as glorious as it may seem, but to enjoy the time where you have, where it's that simple and it's that glorious and it's that beautiful, and not to just spend all your time dreading the future, not to be paralyzed by that fear of the future, but to go out there and get the future. The guitar melody of the song just is so soothing. It just is like up and down to me. Like it's just up and down, and it's just like it calms you down, and it makes you happy to be alive. And the first verse kind of just exemplifies everything this song represents. The first verse is, "What a beautiful face I have found in this place that is circling all round the sun. What a beautiful dream that could flash on the screen in a blink of an eye and be gone from me. Soft and sweet, let me hold it close and keep it here with me." And just like, what a beautiful, it's just admiring the beautifulness that you have right in front of you. That's all around the sun. And then it recognizes that it could all be gone from him in just a moment. And the singer knows that life is fleeting and that what he loves could be gone in just a second. But he'd rather focus on what he loves than focusing on the fear of losing what he loves. It's a song that just acknowledges how scary life can be, and just has a carefree attitude to just say, well, screw that. I'm going to love life anyway. This is also further shown by the second verse. It says, "And one day we will die, and our ashes will fly in the airplane over the sea. But for now we are young, let us lay in the sun and count every beautiful thing that we can see." And that just is another, just like, and one day we'll die, which honestly is kind of calming to me. It's just, but for now we'll just count all the beautiful things around Earth that we can see and just make the best of this time that we have right now. It takes the idea of acknowledging death and change, but just not caring about it, or at least just being able to ignore it, to still enjoy making the best out of the now. The third song I chose is significantly just like more, I guess, happy, and just has like a better attitude than the first couple songs I chose. And this song is Dirty Water by the Standells. And the reason I chose it is one reason and one reason only, is that it just represents the Boston Red Sox, which is just a baseball team I love so much. To this day, the opening guitar just it just teleports me right back to Fenway Park, and especially just Game 1 of the World Series in 2018, which I got tickets to, and I skipped school and I went there, and still to this day, watching them beat the Dodgers that day is one of, if not the best memory of my life, and I just will never forget this song as one of the integral parts of that memory. I mean, I'm a huge baseball fan, and I'm a huge Red Sox fan, and this song represents that part of me. To the point where I feel like if you know that someone really likes Dirty Water, you can almost infer 100% of the time that they're probably going to be a Red Sox fan. The Red Sox are just such a big part of me and such a big part of who I am. I could not make this list of music without putting this song on here. My last song is probably just like the one that has the most good memories attached to it, and this song is Freddy Krueger by YNW Melly and T Grizzly. So this song is really different from the first four, and I chose it because of that, because I don't just like alternative, like sad music in the Red Sox. I like music from every genre, and this is a rap song, so this kind of represents that part of me. So this song, like I said, it has a ton of great memories attached to it. So most of the time I listen to rap music. Like, it's not my personal favorite genre, but I listen to it a lot while playing basketball at like the local YMCA or at some of the outdoor courts in Pittsfield. And you can bet like anything that while you're playing basketball, someone brought a speaker and someone's playing rap, and so that's why I get a lot of my exposure to it. In addition, whenever I'm driving my friends around, I'm not going to play like these depressing songs that get people down. Like, I'm going to play like hype up rap music or whatever we're going to listen to when we're playing basketball. It's all the same playlist. So between being played at almost every ball sesh that we have and a lot of the car rides, I've listened to Freddy Krueger so many times, and it always just puts a smile on my face. I'll never forget the first time I heard this song too. That's why I love about it so much. We were going to McDonald's. It was like a late night McDonald's trip with me and my boys, and I have never heard it. And then suddenly the beat drops, and they're like, "Yo, yo, 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 free my brother D. He caught a body," and we're all saying, "Hey, hey, hey," and it was just such such a funny time. And it was just like, it just represents those like late summer nights for me where it's me and all my friends, and we're just listening to music and we're playing basketball or we're doing whatever that we want to do to have fun. And it just represents that just awesome, just like loving life at that moment and just having so much fun. And this song is probably like half of my lexicon. Like me and my friends always just quote stuff from this. We always say 30 clip hanging off the Ruga, or like I just signed a deal with a Wyman. We always just quote this song because it's that integral to just like us growing up and just us like having a good time. Like even some of just the ad libs, we're like, "Come here." Like, whenever I think of summer nights or basketball games or anything I do fun with my friends, this is one of the first songs I think of that we were probably listening to at that time. I feel like each one of these songs represents a certain aspect of my life, whether it be the fear of growing up or my love for the Red Sox or just my late nights with friends or just having a fun time. Every one of these songs communicates an aspect about my own self-concept, and I feel that all these songs represent me in a special way. A song like Damn It beautifully represents my self-disclosure style of like, just, and I'll smile and you'll wave, or just not saying anything in the moment and just letting it all build up in me, which is not a good thing, but that's what I do, and just having everything avalanche. And these songs are truly 5 songs that I believe communicate a ton about me just at a glance. If I say these 5 songs represent me, you can get at least like a semi-accurate picture of who I am right now today. One thing I just want to say, I'm happy to talk about like some of the harder topics I've talked about, like was just my fear of growing up and all that stuff, because like I said before, communicating emotions is one of the things that troubles me, and that was one of my goals I put at the beginning of this semester for the course, so I'm happy that I was able to do that in this video.